There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Throwing you the best sports commentary in town. The Sports Fix.
It's an addiction. The Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, home of the low price tire guarantee. quicklane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
There's heritage, and then there's birthright things. We're talking about something deeper than nostalgia. We are proud. The C is for Cleveland and courage and comeback. No matter who we are before, when we put it on, we stand on common ground. This season, it's about unfinished business. Get ready. Here comes the Tribe.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Ohio knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is Josh Tomlin of the Cleveland Indians, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix. Yeah, we're getting ready to go separate ways. Not just yet, but it's coming. See, I did it again. Welcome back. J-Rock back with you guys as we continue on with the Sports Fix here across the Sports Fix Radio Network. J-Rock, as I said, back with you here. Thanks to BJ Rudell, author of Fantasy Football for Winners, joining us every Thursday here as we wrap things up and get you ready for the weekly slate of fantasy football action. Thanks as well to Eddy Jansen for joining us earlier, talking some Cavaliers. Kendall Lewis, the BSK, joined us, talking some Browns as Steeler Week upon us. Tomorrow, final previews. Jonathan Knight, sports writer extraordinaire, going to be in the house. Jeff Gorman's not here. He's off this week. He'll be back next Tuesday to join us. Ryan Ruiz from the that is so used to. You get used to doing that. Ryan Ruiz from Dog Pound Nation going to join us here. He formerly of the Inscriber, now with Dog Pound Nation. He's going to join us with some dog bones to victory. We'll get you all set and ready for a weekend of football. And Buckeyes are off. Browns and the Steelers taking the football spotlight here. Baseball playoffs will be getting underway this weekend too. We'll get you set for all of that. You got that Cavs game coming up as they're in Brazil. Chris Bosh trying to quickly fix things with the media today. It's like, hey man, I got no hard feelings with LeBron. No, yeah you do. You made it clear, which is fine. I mean, there's a lot of, I know you won't believe this, but there's a lot of people in the NBA that don't necessarily like the person that we're referring to here. So it's not like LeBron's everybody's favorite player. I'm not saying everybody doesn't like him either. I'm just saying you don't have to, and I don't think Chris Bosh does. He felt betrayed, I think. I told you. You look at his face. When he answers that question, those eyes get fierce. And when I say that, you got to imagine doing the hand thing like Tyro when you do the fierce. But anyways, Chris Bosh, not one of my favorite people in the world. But LeBron's not one of his favorite people in the world either, no matter what he tells you here today. Man, I'll tell you, as if the money and all of that isn't something to go, well, it would be nice to be one of those guys in the NBA or whatever. But, man, especially this week, these pictures that everybody, the players, the reporters, all of them are taking. Fred McLeod, my man, is tweeting some incredible pictures from Brazil, from Rio de Janeiro here. That's a destination getaway right there. That's destination travel. and very cool stuff there. They're down there for a game. What I thought was funny, one story from down there is, LeBron's the one of the faces of Nike, and he's got the $700 LeBron shoes and all of that. And I'm exaggerating. I know that they're only $250, but because somebody will send me a message and say, they're not $700. They're not. I get that, but I like to exaggerate for the sake of the conversation. Anyways, no exaggeration here at the Nike store right around the corner from the hotel where both of the teams are staying for the game, the Heat and the Cavs. There is not one stitch of LeBron James merchandise, visage, posters, anything there. There is no big NBA displays. It's all soccer and shoes, football jerseys galore, as that's one of the places in the world where they're continuing to grow that basketball audience. But even the fans there, that are hot for basketball are like, yeah, we like basketball, but we like soccer a whole lot more, and we like to do it in the sand, and you can't play basketball on the sand. But I thought, man, when I looked at the link to the article, when I clicked on it, I thought it was a setup title when it said no LeBron James merchandise in this store. I thought, that must mean that it's full of it. And no, it actually means there's no American basketball stuff. I think it's funny, too. Now, not that, it's not there on that side of the world, but that it wouldn't be there this week. Like, I would have thought they would have loaded up the main Rio de Janeiro Nike store with NBA apparel and Cavs and Heat and all LeBron and all of that stuff, just for money, for marketing purposes, for selling that stuff. But they didn't get out in front of it there. No presence of the NBA in those Nike stores, which is a bit odd considering Nike makes all of their money basically off of the NBA and the NBA play. Not all, but they've built their backs on the basketball and the NBA. So pretty funny there. I know, Vashon in the chat room, I get it. A lot of people don't care for the man. My point is that there's no NBA merchandise in the Nike store set up a block from both teams' hotel where all the fans are converging. It's just not making good use of your assets. If you're Nike, if you're me, you would have thought it would have been a merchandising explosion. That's my point. I could care less that there's no... You got the wrong cat if you think I'm a LeBron James fanboy. You listen to this show long enough. You know better than that, bro. I'm a Cavs fan, but I am not necessarily that man's fan at all. No reason to ruin a good day today. Thank you very much over there. And that's it. Vashon in the chat room's right. They don't care about American basketball. It's a soccer country. That's what I was saying. See, even when we agree, you've got to be disagreeing, even when we agree. I love it. Anyways, that stuff continuing is those guys. And I'll be interested to hear. Obviously, you won't know the truth of this until this season is over. But remember back when when the Celtics put that team together for the first time, and Doc Rivers, where was it that they went? It was a trip like this, and for some reason it's escaping me. Was it in Africa? Where was it that they went? But they went on one of these, and they had several team building exercises or whatever experiences while they were there. Remember, that was where the Ubuntu came from, that the chant that they kind of kept going throughout the season, and that they all after that season talked about that trip being one that brought them together. Curious if some of that is at least attempted by the Cavs here on this. I mean, of course they'll try it, but I'm just curious to see if that, if this season is successful, if they look back at something like this. Because I think, Doug Plagans and we talked about, when like the Monsters, they're starting their season on the road. Sometimes when you got 2 weeks to bunker down with nothing but each other, it's a team strengthening thing. Curious if that'll be the case here for these guys, or maybe not. Maybe it's just a bunch of superstars going to a really beautiful country and spending some money and having a vacation for a week. But maybe there'll be some team building to come out of this too as they get ready for that Miami Heat game. And then it's a quick turnaround. They come right back, because I'll be there Tuesday. They come right back Monday and Tuesday. They got the game at the Q, and right back into the final stretch of the preseason stuff there. So that's the latest from Brazil as well too, continuing to keep up on the Cavaliers Kyrie Irving situation. We mentioned it a little bit on the show yesterday. Cavs continue to insist that It's precautionary. Of course, Kyrie was seen getting off the plane, walking around the town yesterday with a walking boot on his foot. Cavs say that he was injured in practice the other day before they I wasn't sure if it was before they headed or once they got down there. I would assume it was before they headed down there. And still looking to find some more information about that. I still don't have a lot. Cavs continue to undersell it right now, but we'll see if that comes out to be something big. You never want to see that. He did not practice today, did a little bit of individual shooting. He did shoot around without the boot on today, so a good sign there. Who knows what his availability will be as far as the game or anything going forward with that. Yeah, the other thing, too, I got an email from the Cavs this morning. New Cavaliers jersey. Nothing much to talk about here. It's not a big news story, but they did unveil. And I've wondered for about 6 years now why this jersey has not been worn before, because it's been on the video game. You know, for those of you guys that know, they usually, on the like the NBA 2K, each team, they'll have all the jerseys that they wear during the season, homes and aways and alternates and classics, the hardwood classics, all of that. The Cavs have had this navy colored wine and gold trimmed jersey, and I've always liked wearing it for the Cavs on the game. I've always said, man, that's a cool jersey that the Cavs never actually wear. I think they called it the Cavs Fanatic jersey or something like that, but they never actually wore it, and I didn't understand if that was just one that they came up with and then like some market testing, fans didn't like it, so they decided not to use it, whatever. But it was this thing's been in the ether since LeBron was here before, because I remember at least 5 years ago seeing this uniform the first time, but they never wore it on the court, never once. And maybe I'm wrong, but if you guys have ever seen them wear even one time that Cavs Fanatic jersey, let me know. But that's going to be the new uniform, and they say it's an alternate, but it's pretty much going to be a 50-50 split with the other colored jersey there for the home jerseys as they get rolling on that. Of course, playing the whites on the road, but that's going to be 50-50. They say that it's going to be at least half the season. They're going to wear the new uniforms to kick off the season, and then they're going to rotate with the gold uniform throughout the season, and then as well, you've got the other uniforms as well. So, but interesting that they just now decided. I tell you, I know what it was. When I say interesting, I'm saying that with a wink and a nudge. The reason that they didn't wear it is because I'm positive that this was somehow conceptually drawn up while LeBron was still here that final season or whatever, and then he left before they ever got around to actually using it, and they said, well, there's no way in hell we're going to use those jerseys now, so that's where they went. That's where they disappeared to for the last 3 years, and then LeBron came back, and they said, hey, well, what about those jerseys? We never actually, let's pull these things out of the closet, and there you go. So, but new jerseys there to go along with the new court, floor, and the new team that's going to play basketball with it. That's pretty much what they did. And I don't know, Bruce. I see that you say maybe it's because they're ugly. I won't go so far as to say they're ugly. Okay, they're not the most aesthetically pleasing. I like them because they're different. I like the navy. I do like that. But then again, I always liked, and some people didn't. Some Cavs fans really disliked that royal blue from a few years ago when they had the sharper Cavalier design name before they went to the wine and gold here after LeBron left. That navy one that they played with. Yeah, not this one. See, yeah, Vashon, you're talking about the one that I'm talking about. It was that navy and gold trimmed jersey that they had those final 2 seasons. I think that LeBron was here, 09, 10, or 08. Somewhere in that area. They had them for a couple years. I liked those, but a lot of Cavs fans are like, man, I really don't like those. I'm like, really? I thought they were the coolest of the LeBron era uniforms that they wore. I did like those. So maybe that's why I like this one. But you know what, Bruce? I'm looking at it, and I could definitely not argue with people that think they're ugly, too. Like, I can't lie. I can see that you need a certain taste to like it and a certain taste to not like it. And that's not a bad thing, because maybe if I looked at this on a Tuesday, I may not like it. Maybe I like it more on a Wednesday. I don't know. Now that I look at it, now you got me thinking it's ugly. Thanks a lot, Bruce. You flip-flop me just like that. And I do agree the blue and orange. And I think you're going to see that. I think that was one of the Cavs' preferred throwback uniforms over the years, and especially the previous LeBron era.